In this video, we're going to take a look at how to work with JavaScript inside an actual HTML file. So we're going to be doing some simple practice with console log, as well as doing this inside an HTML file. So what you'll need is this file called skeleton.html. Now if you try to open this, you're just going to see something like this, and you may not even see this, but what you will need to do is to download this file, and I'm going to go ahead and download that. And when you download this, you will want to also open the actual Google document, which looks like this, and this file name. So I'm going to go ahead and rename this. I'm going to rename it with the appropriate file name. I'm just going to go ahead and rename this right now. So you want to make sure that it ends in .html, and it's not a big deal for the file name, because we're not going to upload this file name, but we're going to have another file later that's going to be the same thing. So what you're going to have to do is open a program on your computer. Now I'm doing this on my home computer, so it's going to look a little different at school, but you're trying to access a program called Notepad++. So you'll be able to get to that from your desktop. So if you tap on the Windows button or hit the Windows key and open a program called Notepad++, when you open it, it will look like something like this. And we're going to open this file that we just downloaded. We're going to open that file just downloaded in Notepad++. So it's going to look something like this. So what this is just a skeletal HTML file, and if I go to run this in the browser, Notepad++, by the way, is it's just a simple text editor. It's a lot like Notepad, but it's a little more powerful than that, though. But because this is an HTML file, Notepad++ is trying to color coordinate these tags for us. So this is an HTML concept. You've done some HTML last summer. Should be vaguely familiar with it. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some JavaScript to this. So if I just add a tag called script, I can really get away anymore today. It used to be you had to add some other attributes to this, but I should be able to get away with just typing script, and it will know that this is a JavaScript file. So I can go ahead and run this, by the way, in the browser. I'm going to have to save it first. I'm going to go to run, and I'm just going to launch it in Chrome, and really I don't see anything because there's really nothing going on right here, and that's not really the point. That's okay. We're going to be using JavaScript, so we're really not going to see anything in the browser, at least not right away. So we're going to go ahead and do a console.log statement, and just to show you how this works, I'm going to do a hello world. Oops. And I need to add this semicolon at the end. So console.log is a really useful tool for troubleshooting and developers and trying to figure out what's going on. It's like a debugging tool. So I'm going to go ahead and re-save this guy, and I'm going to run this in the browser. And again, I don't really see anything, but if I hit F12, and again at school you may have to run this as a guest in Chrome, but either way, when I hit F12, it's going to show me the HTML code, but what I'm most interested in is this console option, because it's going to show me console.log output, and there we see what console.log is trying to do. Now, you still may not quite immediately see the whole point to this, but really what this is going to be helpful for is to try to troubleshoot what is going on with your code. So what you are to do with this assignment is to do what these screenshots are saying, what the actual task is, and then give me a screenshot of your code and then a screenshot of what console.log or console output is showing you. So the first thing is it says display your first name using one statement. Well, this is one statement right here, and you would put your first name in here. So if my first name is Sally, I'm going to put Sally in here. You have to save this, and then you of course would want a screenshot of this. So if I use snipping tool, I could create a screenshot of this, and that is what I would use to replace this placeholder for code. And then I would also need to run this in the browser and go to console mode, and I want a screenshot of that as well. So I would have to do a snipping tool and then a screenshot of this as well. So that's what this first exercise is looking for. And then as you go down through this, you're going to be tasked with doing other small exercises. Then you display your last name, and then over here it says create a variable called age and assign it your current age. So then display this as a statement using your first name, last name, and age in 5 years. So what you want to do with that is back in Notepad++, I'm going to create a variable called age, and it's going to be assigned my current age, say I'm 26. So that's my current age. And then it says that I need to display a statement using my first name, last name, and age in 5 years. So that's a little bit involved, but what we're doing with that is I want to display my first name, say my last name is Sally Williams, and then I want to add to this output. I want to concatenate. This plus symbol is called concatenation in this case. We're concatenating or adding to our output of our first name, last name. We're going to concatenate or add to our output what our age is plus 5. Notice that I'm putting that inside parentheses just for good measure to make sure that it's what this is going to do. It's going to do what's inside the parentheses first. So it's going to look at the value of the variable called age, which in this case is 26. It's going to add 5 to that, and then add this output. It's going to tack it onto the end of this. So it should say Sally Williams. I'm actually going to put a space here for good measure. It's going to say Sally space Williams space, and then it's going to display the value of 31, or it should anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and save this, and just to show you what this does, over in the browser, I'm going to go ahead and refresh this. I'm going to refresh this page, and in console, that is indeed what I see. So just be aware, if I did not have the parenthesis here, if I did not have that, what happens? I'm going to refresh this. I'm hitting F5 on my keyboard, and it says 265. What the heck is that? So what it's doing is it's displaying 26. That's what's in age, and it's going to add, it's going to concatenate to age the number 5. This does not really add the integer value of age plus 5. It displays what is in age and then adds or tacks on to the end the value of this thing. So it just displays a 2, 6, and then a 5. And that's not really what I want. I want to make sure that it does indeed create a mathematical operation of addition on the value of age plus 5, which of course would be 31, and then tack that on to the end, or concatenate that on to the end of the output of Sally Williams. So what you are to do here is to continue to go down through and complete what it says to do, and include screenshots of code, and then what is in console output. Good luck.